Patrick Chambers joins us now from State College. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the job. Why was this job appealing to you?
I grew up on Penn State football. I grew up a Penn State family. My two brothers and my sister are alums, and my nephew right now is a walk-on on the football team. So a lot of Penn State blood in my family, and it's a dream job. I'm so happy to be back in Pennsylvania, and the administration is so supportive. So it was an easy decision.
Coach Jimmy Jackson, congratulations. PSU is a football school, and the mountain has been tough to climb in regards to the interest in the basketball team. But you said that there's a newfound commitment there in the organization. Kind of explain what that means to you and how that will change the philosophy here at Penn State in regards to the basketball program.
I got it. Before I get to the question, I loved you with the Sixers. I was a big Sixers fan.
Thanks,
so
Coach.
I watched you play. Number 22, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, hey, I came here, talked to Tim Curley, and, I walked around, and the things that Ed DeChellis has done for this program, he really has laid the bricks, and the locker room and the offices and Bryce Jordan, and, they want to be successful. They want to be good, and I felt the support, and they're going to be behind me 100%.
Coach, I was asking Jimmy what his thoughts were on this, but obviously you're the guy who needs to make this transition. It is an odd time to take over a program because the spring signing period has come and gone. So what's your first order of business right now?
First order of business is to go out and see the team. I need to develop relationships with them. I need to get to know their families, and they got to start to trust me. And we got to build a relationship. And then the second order of business would be go out and try to get with the incoming freshmen and talk to them and make sure they're still committed, and let them know my plan and my philosophy, and how we were going to bring a new attitude and a positive environment, and they're going to want to play for me. I'm going to give them freedom. They're going to have confidence to play, and we're going to play a great brand of basketball.
Well, Coach, we're going to stick with players, and, you lost 4 great players from the team last year. You talked about recruiting on the East Coast, especially the Philadelphia area. Many coaches have tried but have not succeeded that much with getting that type of player. What's going to make you a little bit different that's going to be able to sell those kids in Philadelphia to commit to a program like Penn State?
Well, I'm a Philly guy. Born and raised in Philly, played my basketball in Philly. And I have deep relationships in Philly. And when you have deep relationships and you have trust with a lot of the programs down in the Philadelphia area, I mean, that's half the battle right there. And then it's up to us to decide who we want. But when you have relationships and you have trust and you've been there all your life, I think we have an advantage.
It's interesting. There's probably a lot of parallels here between what Villanova did with Jay Wright and what Penn State is trying to do with you. Jay, of course, coming from Hofstra, mid-major job, similar to you, coming from Boston University. And in a matter of years, he had Villanova in the Final Four. You were on that staff. What was the biggest thing you learned from Jay in terms of how to build the program from where they were to where they ended up?
Jay's an amazing leader. He's a great communicator. Staff was extremely important. We had to have a cohesive staff that really bought in. I think that's really important to have a great staff. And then we got to go out and get the best talent. And it doesn't have to be every year. You can get 1 pro and then maybe 3, really good program guys that you develop. And by the time they're juniors and seniors, you got a really talented kid. So I think that was the model our 2009 year with Scotty Reynolds and Dante Cunningham, Dwayne Anderson, players like that. And I think that's why we were successful. And they all bought in. I mean, JJ, if the locker room's not in a good place, then you're not going to perform well on the court.
Well, Coach, being in that situation where you watch Villanova grow into a top 10, top 5 program, when you accepted the job, was there a time frame that you had in your mind to say, Penn State, we need to be at this level in this number of years?
No, we need to be the best team we can be by the end of the year, every year. And we just got to develop these young guys. We're going to have a young team. I'm excited about working with them. They're excited. They got a lot of passion and energy right now. So we just got to keep working, set the foundation, create good habits, and just get them ready and prepared for every day, working hard in practice, every game, coming out and competing, playing with great confidence.
Coach, we were talking a little bit about Coach Wright, another person who's probably familiar, certainly to basketball junkies, that is someone that you've been associated with, is Herb McGee, who you played for at Philadelphia University, a guy who's going to be a Hall of Fame coach and who did an incredible job at that Division II school. What did you learn from him? A very different situation, obviously, than being alongside Jay Wright, but what has made Herb McGee so successful?
Herb's got over 900 wins. He's a Hall of Famer. He's an amazing guy, a great coach, excellent X&O coach, and he was really a father figure to me. I learned so much about basketball and about how to go about it, how to prepare a practice, and I was an extension of him on the floor. I knew what he wanted to run, when he wanted to run it, and he trusted me, and we had, there's a loyalty between Coach McGee and I, and we still talk often today, but, he taught me a lot of great things about the X's and O's and about Philadelphia basketball, because he was a legend. I mean, he scored a ton of points without the three-point line, and there's something to be said for that. He's a shooting guru. I've taken so much from Coach McGee.
Well, Patrick Chambers, congratulations on your new job at Penn State. We look forward to working with you here, and welcome to the Big Ten. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.